Okay, ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. So on... Okay. 3, 2... So if you... we just can't get this down. We can't get it down. I paused because I needed a drink of water and my throat is like... I don't know. I feel like I could be a deep bass singer right now. Like, Hey everyone, welcome back to the Empowering Hope podcast. My name's Justin.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're really excited for 2020 and the new year. Most of you probably saw the video that we posted earlier, right? I guess it was January 1st, right? Mm-hmm. And so we've got a lot of great things that we're excited for in this new year. And we think that God is leading us. We took 2019 and we did a few things, but towards the end of the year, we really saw how God was finally, I would say, casting the vision. For a long time, it was very vague about what we felt God was doing. And so we feel like God has given us a clearer vision. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to rebrand, and we felt like it was important to do that as we finally step out and do things, I'd say, more intentionally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's clear that God brought missionaries into focus for us.
Yeah.
Like that was at the forefront for 2019, and then moving forward in 2020, that's going to be our priority. We really want to find 12 people to partner with these missionaries that we've been in touch with. That's our goal for 2020.
Yeah, so if you are looking to serve missionaries, this is the place for you to be. We're going to give you some new ideas and give you hopefully a little bit of inspiration of serving creatively. That's our mission this year, is to inspire people to serve people creatively. Yeah. There are more ways than just pray and give money to serve and help other people, especially missionaries. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, we wanted to share with you a little bit of how we got to where we are right now, kind of looking back at 2019 for a second, and sharing with you our thought process with everything. So earlier in 2019, we got an email from Patty Sue, who is in Ecuador. She works with the Foundation for Missions, who I work with. And she asked us if we would come down. And the timing worked out well. Everything worked out well.
Perfect.
And so, yeah, we started fundraising. And we went down to Ecuador, and we were there for a week. And Lauren was just living her dream because it was an orphanage, and she loves kids.
Can't keep me away.
And so, we were there for a week. We did video work for them. We helped them in some other ways. And so, clearly, sorry, I'm still getting over some sort of flu. So if I a little bit, that's why. I apologize. So we spent a week with them, and after that, we kind of fell back into this lull. It was, we've kind of had up seasons and down seasons, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing in that it allows us to, we're not doing this full time right now. And so we can, if we have to reprioritize, we can reprioritize for a season.
And I think it's a good thing too, because we're trying not to force anything.
Yes.
And just really allow God to organically build Empowering Hope. We want His vision for Empowering Hope. So I think it's good that we kind of been able to take a step back and let things form slowly, because we don't want to force things.
Yeah, I mean, that was the fear from the get-go, was that we didn't want to... We had an idea of what God wanted us to do, but we weren't 100% sure. And the last thing you want to do is force a ministry into creation by your own being rather than God. And so, the only negative thing is we weren't really able to gain consistent momentum and traction. And so... Yeah, and so, of course, then we did the fundraiser for the PALs in December. We raised support for them. And, I think towards the end of the year, it was probably November. I think I went upstairs, you were working. I was like, I just feel like God is calling us for Empowering Hope to specifically be for missionaries. Now, we'll still work with churches, we'll still work with ministries, we still have goals for that in the future, but I think for right now, we're looking to partner churches and ministries with missionaries and help them intentionally serve, not just throw money in a bucket, but actually intentionally serve missionaries.
And give practical ways to serve. I think sometimes it just gets so overwhelming. I think people want to get involved, people want to help, but they don't know how, they don't know the steps to take, they don't know what to do to help, they don't know how they can help. So that's what we're here for.
Yeah. So during our time in Ecuador, if you haven't seen the podcast that we had with Patty Sue and with the Holties, make sure to check those out. Those will be in the notes below. But while we were there, we learned that you can serve missionaries just by helping them out with like their social media. That was one thing Patty Sue said. She was like, listen, if you want to help out with social media, that would be a huge help for us.
By making posts, which we do every day.
Every day. Like, we're not asking you to know the ins and outs of Facebook and Instagram and know the algorithms and know what, all of that. No. Like, if you can post to Instagram, if you can post to Facebook,
then we need you.
The missionaries need you.
Yes.
The missionaries need you. Like, it's nothing complicated, and we'll help set everything up, and we'll get into that here in a minute. But we just realized that for so long, and I think this is just a product of, we're finally now like, okay, it's 2020. We're no longer in this technology deficient era, right? Like, for hundreds and thousands of years, the only way people could help missionaries are three ways. You could pray for them, you could give money to them, or you could go and visit them. And that was the only way. And
really go visit once and then go back to your normal life. I mean, let's be real.
Right. And so we realized, there are other ways we could just practically be helping them. Not everybody can give money. Right. Of course, for me, my tithe goes to missionaries. That's where my tithe goes every month. Everybody's different. Some people tithe to their churches. Some people may tithe to ministry, whatever. But not everybody can tithe to missionaries, because maybe you are tithing to your church already and you don't have money that you can give to a missionary. So we're saying that, yes, giving money is important. Yes, praying is important. Yes, visiting missionaries are important, but there are other ways of doing that as well. So that's where this podcast is kind of stemming from, that we believe there are 4 different areas. And of course, there are more. Okay, we're not exhaustive listing this here. This is just something that we've found that could help. But we believe there are 4 ways right now that you could get involved with. If you go to empoweringhope.org, you can go to get involved, and you can do that today. So when you go to the Empowering Hope Get Involved page, you'll see there is a list of ways that you can get involved. Now, of course, like we said, this is not an exhaustive list, but this is a way that we believe that you can at least get started. The missionaries may have other ways you could serve, or maybe you have other ways you can serve. So just know that this list is not exhaustive. But the 4 ways that we believe that you can help out, the first one is going to be coaching / connection, relationship building. So first of all, coaching. So if you've been a pastor, business leader, maybe you are a life coach yourself, this is a really important area where you can come alongside of a missionary and help them achieve their goals for the year. We all have different goals, right? We're all trying to achieve different things, especially when you're in the ministry field, the mission field. It is not always easy to do things by yourself. Sometimes just simply having somebody to talk to, we all have obstacles that we face, right? And so just having somebody to talk to, walk through those obstacles, learning how to overcome those obstacles, and just moving forward and pursuing their goals, I think is really, really beneficial to missionaries. So coaching is one, and then the other side of it is connections.
Yeah, just like Justin said, we were not made to do life alone. Missionaries were never made to go out and serve alone. But that's what it's become. We've seen this in a few of our missionary friends where they have this call in their life to go, and they go, and nobody is around to see them through. And it's very painful. It's very lonely for some of the missionaries. So, a simple message on Facebook Messenger goes a long way. It's something that we all have access to. I think all of our missionaries have access to internet most of the time. So sending a message once a week, once a month, whatever you can fit into your schedule, and being able to connect with these missionaries is such a big need. And it's such a simple need. I mean, who can't get on the computer or on your phone and send a simple message?
Right.
Hey, thinking about you, praying for you. You were on my mind. It could be that simple. And that goes a long way. So we really want to see people connecting with these missionaries and just helping to encourage and build them up.
Yeah. So important and so simple, right? It is so simple to do. So the second one is one that we've already kind of talked about, which is social media. Like we said, we don't need you to know the ins and outs of Facebook and Instagram and all these other social media platforms. If you know how to post, it's that simple. Yep. You can be helping missionaries right now. What we'll probably do is set you up with an account with Later, or some way that you can schedule different posts for the missionaries. And when we get you connected with the missionary, what we'll do is we'll have you talk through things, what they're looking for as far as their posts, and really just get you set up with them. And we'll take care of as much as we can for you, but we want to make it simple. If you can post to social media, you could be serving a missionary right now.
Okay? We need you.
We need you. So the third thing is graphic design. Now, I am not looking for people who have degrees necessarily in graphic design. Although, if you have a degree in graphic design and you want to serve a missionary, by all means, please help a missionary. But if you know how to create pictures with words on it, once again, I'm not looking for anything crazy. Something simple that missionaries can use to generate content on their social media pages, right? One of the things that we are very, very big about is raising awareness for what these missionaries are doing. And of course, building connection with them. But raising awareness is very, very simple. They just need to be consistent on posting on social media, as well as creating engagement on social media. It just helps people know that they're there. It helps you remember, oh, that's right, I forgot about Brock in Liberia, right? I didn't forget you, Brock, I promise. But you're not forgetting that missionary,
right, when
they're constantly on your social media feed, right?
Yeah. And I think even, if you create the post, even just sharing it to your own page, because the more people that see it, the more people that are connected to these missionaries.
Yeah, very, very simple, very easy to do. Like we said, if you have a graphic design degree, great. If you don't, if you just know how to create a picture on Spark or whatever other app is out there, please reach out to us. Please sign up.
I don't even know what Spark is.
Yes. I know what Spark is because I'm in that world. But yeah, seriously, if you know how to create a picture with text on it, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you and get you connected with a missionary. So, number 4 is videography. So, of course, this is how Empowering Hope started. I went down and filmed clay, and I was there for a week, and we came back, and Lauren and I talked, and we're like, oh, this could be a ministry. So videography doesn't just have to be you going to a missionary and filming them. If you want to do that, and you're able to do that, by all means, let's hook you up, and let's get you signed up, and let's do it. Awesome, yeah. But what we also do is something I just did recently, which is a missionary sent me a bunch of pictures, and I created a video for them. It was kind of like a better way of doing a PowerPoint, right? It was an introduction for them, but it's also something that churches can display in their, what's it called? Not the narthex, but that opening room. It's a narthex, it's what it is.
In the fellowship area?
The fellowship area, yeah, the entrance hallway. If a church has a TV in that hallway, they can show what the missionary's doing, and it can just, play through and be on a loop. So if you know how to create simple videos like that, that will help as well. So please feel free to reach out if you know basic video editing skills, because that's something that could be very, very needed. Yeah. This is something that you can be doing very, very soon. Once we connect you with the missionaries, we make sure you're a good fit and all that stuff. So,
yeah, and I just want to add, I feel like there are people that are out there, and I feel like I'm one of those people even now. You're just kind of going through the motions. You go to your job, you you go to work, you come home, you go to church on Sundays, and you're just checking off this list. And you know that there's got to be more out there. God has more in store. And I just feel like this is your opportunity to say, God, I know that you're calling me to more. I think it's a great first step, kind of getting your toes a little wet in the missions world. If you've never been on a missions trip, if you've never been connected to missionaries before, I think this is a great step, and it's what our heart is, to kind of bridge the gap between you and these missionaries. So I don't know who that's for. It's for me. But I know it's for other people that are out there that are just wanting to serve and just don't know where to start.
Yeah, I almost don't even want to add anything because that was perfect. But when you help missionaries, when you serve them, I guarantee you're going to be blessed by them, because that's just who they are. That's what they do. They're in the ministry to be blessing other people. And every time I talk to Clay, every time I talk to Brock, every time I talk to any of the missionaries, I always come away feeling like, man, I wanted to bless them, and I felt like they blessed me more. So you're going to walk away from this experience feeling blessed, and that's a promise we can almost 99% guarantee. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this episode of the Empowering Hope podcast. We are really looking to do more of these. We're only going to do one a month. So last year, I had the stupid idea that I could do a podcast every week.
Just lofty.
It was too much. If I was getting paid full time for this, I could do it. But so we're going to try to do one podcast a month. And
we'd love to know if you have any topics you'd want to see us discuss, or anybody you'd like to see on the podcast. That's reasonable. I don't know if we can get any celebrities, but...
Anyways, so if you know of anybody who we could get on for the podcast, of course we want to try to be more missions-minded, but we also want to show how people are using their gifts to build the kingdom of God. That is the goal of the Empowering Hope podcast. So, like last year we had Mike Matthews on, we had Jess Gage on, we had all these different people on who were just using their gifts daily in ways that you may not really expect. And so, if you know of anybody, please send them our way. We'd love to get in contact with them. So, do you have anything else you'd like to add? Thank you again for watching, and we will see you next month.